Good to see you again, Roger. We're heading into to Christmas 2014, so this is always a good time for us to do a stock take about what's just happened, and probably more to the point, what's happening over the next few months. So I guess question one is, what's been going on that's normal or abnormal that might give us some insights into early 2015?
Well, Gordon, we still have this borderline El Nino. This is an annoying sort of pattern. It's a bit similar to we had in the mid-90s, 94, 93, those sort of years, where it's enough to cause us some grief in some parts of the country. Depends where you live. Central Australia still looks okay for rainfall, but otherwise the rest of us, because of this sort of borderline El Nino, there's probably still some problems ahead. The pattern that we're in, or we had been in, showed some relief rainfall through the November-January period. Mm-hmm. I suspect in a lot of Eastern Australia we've now had that.
Oh, I see.
But when we sort of move that forward to the next 3 months, I wouldn't call it updating, just move the window forward another 3 months. It cuts the rainfall back again, particularly in eastern Queensland, where they've just had some good rain. It cuts the rainfall back in the border regions between Victoria and New South Wales, and to some extent in northeast Tasmania, which is pretty typical of a full-blown El Nino. You don't need a full-blown El Nino to cut our rainfall back, as you know. But the system we use showed some beneficial rain through the November-January period, but if we move the window another month, it cuts it back again. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some useful rain we've had so far in some areas, but not a high chance of that continuing.
I see. So really, we're probably back to some of the interviews we've done as 2014's gone on, where we've said to people, important to get a sense from a modelling point of view, or a probability point of view, or a risk point of view, about I guess a lower than average rainfall early in 2015.
Depending where you live, that's right.
Depending where you live, and start to take some evasive action accordingly.
Yeah. As an overall strategy, for things like sorghum, a late planter crop still works in this type of year, which is an interesting sort of result from the work we've done. So you can get some late rain, which we had, sort of late. We don't get much rain in winter, spring, but we can pick some up in summer. Mostly storm rain, so you need to get your place under those storms if you want them. Unfortunately for the haughty guys, the storms can bring hail and so on, as we know. But that's probably, in these types of years, probably the only way we get rain, unfortunately, is from these storms, which can be a mixed blessing.
Okay. So probably important then, as people are going forward, to I guess consider a higher level of risk than normal.
Yes, again, I think that's the story. As we're going to late summer, early autumn, and even considering 2015, which looks a bit risky for me overall, we might get some relief rain in autumn again, as the seasons change over, as they tend to do around autumn. Mm-hmm. But 2015 is looking a bit problematic as well, certainly for Eastern Australia. Because there's some other factors besides El Nino, there's 12 other climate patterns out there: the quasi-biennial oscillation, the southern annular mode, Indian Ocean dipole, a whole bunch of them, subtropical ridge. Some of those are more in our favour, particularly the western folks out in the the far west and Northern Territory. So if you've got any people out there, it's looking more favourable than we've had for a few years. Places like the Barkly Tableland and lots of Northern Territory, which aren't so influenced by El Nino. Mm-hmm. So the pattern that's given them drought has moved on, which is good. But for the rest of us, it's still sort of lingering there and may do so for some time. Pardon me. So it's not all bad news, but and it's worth updating this every month actually. But at the moment, it still looks like more or less a continuation of the same problem. Okay. And that especially applies like the New South Wales Victorian border region for bushfires and eastern Queensland, roughly from now on, from Charters Towers down to Kingaroy, as being the sort of major area of lower rainfall probabilities than you would expect this time of year.
Okay. So is there anything you can add or need to add to people, or to give some thoughts to people about what they really need to do in this period of time as they look, say, the next 3 months, say the first quarter of 2015 and then the second quarter of 2015?
Just depends on the industry. If you're in cattle industry, take a pretty conservative approach, stocking rates, that sort of thing. Watch for the MJO that's due around, it came through about 2 weeks ago, it's due again about mid-January.
So the MJO again?
That's the Madden-Julian oscillation. So that's due again about mid-January. It came through about a week or so back. Gave us some good relief rain. That might lift cattle prices, and people tend to do that, which is interesting. But otherwise, keep a conservative approach for water supplies and so on and so forth, because we might need to be aware of being in this type of pattern more or less, not every single 3-month period, not every single month, but more or less for the next year or so. So treat it cautiously.
Treat us very cautiously. So in other words, husband water too?
Say again?
Husband your water
Yeah,
if you've got
absolutely.
on-farm storages or
Yeah,
whatever?
that's right, I'm definitely to see you.
Okay, that's good. Right, Roger, well, look, thanks very much for that. And as you say, let's do a monthly update from now
It
on.
really needs updates on this, and you can actually check our website. Just Google my name and Seasonal Climate Outlook. The university here updates just a quick summary of what's going on, and some of the good websites to look at that I would use from first principles, what the subsurface temperatures are doing, what the upper level winds are doing across the Pacific Ocean, so on and so forth. Keep updating this, because there's interesting little patterns that can give some relief rain that could be worth a lot of money.
Sure. And look, that's part of what this whole business, thinking about risk and business management is about, is getting people to think about these little opportunities to make money where their knowledge separates them from the pack, so to speak. So.
Don't rely on the media, don't rely on the general media, because as you know, they're good people. They might just be sensationalist sort of stuff. Have a look at the deeper story.
Great. Very good, Roger. Well, thanks very much. Have a good Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Talk soon.